Welcome to the roundtable, where we debate topics other shows won't. Today's panel is Darius, Dea, Mike, and Rob. So this is a versus episode. So the topic of today is would you rather. So Darius, Mike, would you rather have Joe Montana or Tom Brady in the prime?
Tom Brady.
I say Joe Montana.
So give your reason.
Alright, well, in a time where it wasn't a passing league, you had a man who not only was able to run the ball and ended his career with 1,600 rushing yards to help out in the backfield. I mean, he still had at least 4 to 5 seasons where he had over 25 touchdown passes, and that's something that some of the top quarterbacks or some of the top 15 quarterbacks aren't even doing today in an all-passing league. Not to mention, I mean, 3-time All-Pro, he got the 5 rings, and a lot of credit is given on that team to Jerry Rice, but you got to think about it. Montana was the man already in that league when Jerry Rice got drafted, and he kind of helped make Jerry Rice the receiver, whereas a lot of times these receivers, I mean, they can thrive on other teams, and teams are based off of systems. You know, back then it didn't seem like it was really too much of a system with Montana. He just he winged it, but he didn't hurt the team. You know, a lot of people, when they try to call their own number, they hurt the team. You know, Cam Newton, it worked all season. He got to the Super Bowl, it hurt the team. And Joe Montana, he showed up in the moments they needed him the most. You know, he wasn't on paper one of the all-time greats, but what he did on the field and what he was able to do for his team, it worked. I mean, he came through on the drives that they needed him the most. I mean, he had some of the greatest NFL moments in his career, even though if you look at the numbers compared to now where people are throwing almost 6,000 yards a season, yeah, you know, 2,000 plus 3,000 doesn't sound great, but for that time in a running league, I think he did great.
Okay, I give you that. And I like Joe myself, but you got to remember one thing about that time. Joe Montana was in an era where free agent wasn't what it is today. Everybody on Joe's team pretty much stayed the whole time. He had 2 Pro Bowl receivers. Hell of an offensive line, none of them left. He had Rathman, Craig, Pro Bowl running backs. Okay? Tom Brady doesn't have that. His players switch like I switch my drawers all the time. Okay? Now let me give you some numbers. As of right now, oldest Tom is 61,582 yards passing. Joe Montana started the West Coast offense. It started with him and Bill Walsh. They started this passing. What it is today, they started it. And don't get me wrong, Montana had some good years. Every Super Bowl, this is what I love about Joe. He never threw an interception in the Super Bowl. When it counted most, the most consistent. But in one Super Bowl, he was 14 of 22, 157 yards, 1 touchdown. That lets you know he didn't win that game. Tell me who's on Tom Brady's team next year. Besides Tom. Who's his tight end?
Gronk.
Gronk always hurt. And he the second best player, and he's not even there all the time.
No,
you can't even depend on him.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well, when he came in that first run, you got to get that to that defense. When you have Lloyd Malone,
no. And I'm giving him that. I'm not saying that. Because in that first Super Bowl for Tom, he was 16 of 27, 145 yards. I'm giving you that.
Yeah. Okay?
But listen, at the next Super Bowl, he went 2-3. 32 of 48, 354, 3 touchdowns and a pick. W.
Yeah.
His first 3 W's. The next one, 23 of 33, 236, 2 touchdowns, W. Okay, he started losing after that. But it ain't like he lost because of him.
Yeah. He
has hardly any Pro Bowl receivers. Besides Randy Moss that year. No Pro Bowl receivers. He might have 1 Pro Bowl offensive lineman, but the rest of them are just average guys. He truly makes everybody around him better. I would love to say that about Joe. But Joe had Pro Bowlers, so I don't know. His coach was hella good.
And you don't
Next to Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill Walsh is right under there, man. I like him.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna go with anybody, it's Brady, man.
So you don't think Montana helped mold Jerry Rice as the receiver? Any?
Jerry, you know who molded Jerry Rice as a receiver? His daddy throwing them bricks when he was a little kid. and stealing the will for him to be great.
Oh no, he was great.
Nobody made that boy. Jerry took 1 week off. 1 week. Joe didn't do that. Joe never said, Jerry, don't take. Jerry just decided to be great. Just like another man, Kobe. You don't instill that in somebody. Either they have it or they don't. No matter where Jerry went.
That was work ethic.
That's what makes you great. That's what makes you great.
Yeah. You know, that's what makes you a great player. But I'm saying, do you think him focusing on Jerry helps him any?
No, don't get me. He threw it to the open man, but Jerry beat a lot of people.
All right, so what do you guys think on this topic?
I'm riding with the GOAT, Tom Brady. I feel like the same way. I feel like the talent. Joe had more talent to work with than Tom Brady, and Tom has better numbers.
But do you think the system helped that in?
But they both have great systems.
Exactly. Like I say, it's the coaching that does that. And they both have great coaching. You can't deny it. I'm not denying Joe's greatness. I'm not denying it. And like you say, he the one started this passing league that we have today. If it wasn't for Bill Walsh and Joe Montana, we probably still, running backs would probably be still drafted in the first round.
Bill Walsh more than
Yeah.
Rob.
Who is that? Who would you have
I said Joe Montana. Never lost.
in the Super Bowl?
Never lost. And also, tougher air.
With Joe Montana?
There's a reason why we can't touch quarterbacks.
No, don't get me wrong. It was a tougher area. You
He was
used to put your hands on receivers a little more back then.
He was getting smacked.
So, final, Joe Montana, Brady. Brady.
Joe.
Alright, so in the comment section, let us know who you think won. I have to go with Tom Brady. I just think he's the best, especially this past Super Bowl. It kind of proved that he's the best.
Yeah.
The GOAT.
That's it, man. And I don't like New England. I hate their ass.
I do too.
I gotta give it to them. Brady.
I mean, believe it or not, I'm a Michigan fan, so I like Tom Brady. I just, you know what I mean? It's just different time.
So next one, who would you rather? Would you rather have Roger Clemens or Barry Bonds in their prime? So, Rob and Darius, it's for you.
I picked Roger Clemens. And the reason why I picked Roger Clemens is because during that era, I mean, the batters were a dime a dozen, but to get a 11-time All-Star, 7-time Cy Young winner, that was pretty amazing. I mean, I can't think of offhand another pitcher who won that many, and to give someone who was that valuable and could win that many games, have that much of an impact. I mean, even if you take what he did in his prime and you take the #1 pitcher of most of these rosters that we have today, I'm not even sure if there's a better pitcher in the league today than Roger Clemens was. And that was an era where, unfortunately, people were enhancing. So to take that, I mean, take it into consideration, I mean, other people had a shot at beating him, but no one could. And, you know, you still had, you know, Mark McGwire, you still had Sammy Sosa, you still had people who could hit home runs, Alex Rodriguez, you still had other home run hitters. So obviously through the free agency and through no salary cap, you can go out and get people, you know what I mean, as long as you had the money to pay them, you can go get anybody in the league. It was just people literally chase the money in baseball. It's not really too much of a team thing as far as consistency. But you still had Roger Clemens winning those games where you could get other hitters. See, I mean, running the score up is different. But to get someone who can keep that score down on the other end, that's going to be hard to find, especially with, you know, the rotator cuff injuries, the Tommy John injuries. I mean, Steven Strasburg, you know, when he was coming out of college, they said he could throw a fastball around 106 miles per hour. I haven't seen him throw one in the pros over 100. Because he had that injury his rookie year. I mean, to have somebody to do what Roger Clemens did, if you can get that at any point, you need to build around that first, I think.
Pitching. There was never a better batter than Barry Bonds. basically. I mean, with Barry Bonds, it was like they was pitching around him. They wouldn't even pitch the ball to him. You know? I mean, that's about, man. I don't have all the stats or anything like that, but Barry Bonds, I like Barry Bonds. I like the bats better than I do like pitching. And to me, that's what draws people to the game.
Oh yeah, it definitely makes the game more exciting to run the score.
Think about the home run chase.
Yeah.
And I know, we got the steroid thing, but even before steroids or so-called steroid era, Barry Bonds was still one of the greatest.
I don't know. I think if we're going to go strictly off the bats, in that case, I'd say Willie Mays. He played in San Fran. The wind in that stadium swirled around. Willie Mays said he watched his ball get stolen by that wind at least 100 times in his career. And Barry Bonds beat him by what? 40 home runs? 50 home runs? So you add another 100 to that, that's a number that couldn't even be possibly called steroids or no steroids. But I see what you're saying. Yeah, no, Barry Bonds in his era.
What's his prime though? Are you saying in San Fran or in Pittsburgh?
No, Pittsburgh. That was his prime.
That's before he started juicing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
You think Pittsburgh is his prime?
Yeah.
So you taking the Pittsburgh Barry Bonds
But then
over
he
Roger
was more
Clemens?
of a outfield.
He stole bases.
I mean, he did everything, man.
He did it all.
When he got to
San Francisco.
Frisco, he might have started juicing because he got
bigger.
Yeah, in
he
Pittsburgh.
just swole
He
up.
swole up.
You know what I mean?
And maybe that's my bias because I'm a little bit younger. I don't remember the Pittsburgh Barry
Yeah,
Bonds.
him and Bobby Bonilla with them brothers was. That's a
Man.
Yeah.
But he wasn't hitting 50 home runs.
No, he wasn't.
He was
He
in like
wasn't.
25. He was in like
40.
25.
Actually,
No, he wasn't.
He did a 40-40,
He
didn't
did?
Yeah, he did.
Because I know,
for the home runs.
but I
Wow,
know before it
40
was,
club.
yeah, but I know before it was strictly Golden Gloves. He was in like 25, 30 home runs. I mean, he was still doing something good.
But at that time, that's what everybody was pretty much doing. Nobody was
But
hitting.
he's not a dominant hitter at that time.
No,
no.
But that's the Barry Bonds that you picking.
I said that's his prime.
Right. So the
that's in his
Pittsburgh
prime, yeah.
and what
Roger Clemens,
Clemens what?
Red Sox or Yankees?
Definitely Yankees.
Yeah.
Definitely Yankees. Probably mid-90s when they won. What was it, like 5 years out of 7 or something like that? Then when they just went on that huge run, I think that.
So you still picking Barry Bonds, Pittsburgh over Roger Clemens and
I'm going offense. I'm
No,
going
you pick Barry
I'm going with
because,
hits.
first of all, pitchers only pitch every 5th, 6th day.
Well, it's
Barry
like
plays
162
every
games.
day.
yeah, but if you pitch around him, he's irrelevant.
Bro,
If he doesn't get a hit, he doesn't get a home run.
762 career home runs, they ain't pitching around that much.
In Pittsburgh.
He had
See, I'm thinking
762
San
careers.
Fran.
Francisco, yeah, I'm thinking San Francisco.
He
yeah.
had 298 batting average. That's damn near 300.
Yeah, but as a batter to be good, that means you got to hit the ball 3 out of 10 times. That's not good.
No, but that's. Do you know how many players don't hit it 3 out of 10?
That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's what I'm saying.
baseball. And I agree.
Hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports.
Exactly.
Man.
It is. That's
So
why
if
the
you're
curveball
only hitting
said
2 or 3
everybody on.
times a game, that's not really a factor as much as a pitcher.
Well,
you have 2 dominant pitchers and win the World
But
Series.
hold on, 2 or 3 times a game?
Yeah, you
That's
just gotta
good.
hope them 2 or 3 times.
They
it's
gotta
not a
stay
home
game.
run.
Yeah, again, 2 or 3
But they're
times.
not hitting it 2 or 3 times.
No.
But the other thing is they got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Like you say, most of them gonna have that Tommy John injury. They're gonna have some shoulder problem,
Not Roger Clemens.
fingers.
True.
That's why I think he was juicing myself.
That's what
Just
Everybody was juicing.
Everybody was juicing. Everybody was juicing. But him to stay that healthy and throw as hard and did what he did,
At the age of
I almost
And that's why I give it to
sure
him.
he juiced the
But they
league.
That's why I
both
give
juice
it
though.
to him.
But that's
Because-
why they juice.
Yeah, but
Just
I
trying to
feel like
stay
if
healthy.
all the other pitchers was
Basically
juicing
why
too,
they
they
do.
couldn't keep up with what he was doing.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he wasn't great.
Yeah.
It's just that when you playing every 5th or 6th day, and I got a man that's playing every day,
Yeah.
who I'm gonna take is the man that's playing every day. Because he's more consistent in the outfield. Even though when he went to Frisco, I think he played first base.
Yeah.
Because he was too big. He
Nah,
couldn't run the outfield like
but he
he
played
was
left
in.
field too.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
he switched positions.
You can't.
When he was young, though,
Can't really run like that.
he was a Golden Glover every year.
Yeah.
In his
Yeah.
prime, he was a
He won
Golden
like
Glover
7 or
every
something like
year.
that.
So you rather have a
A consistent everyday player than a man that's only pitching. Hey, bro, I'm a Dodger fan. We got the best pitcher, and we still ain't won a series yet.
I got the best picture?
Come on, man.
Best regular season picture.
That's what he said. Yeah, it's all good. But we ain't won nothing. You know what I mean?
So you kind of biased.
I'm a little biased. Don't get me wrong, we did win when we had Oral Hershiser.
Yeah.
Another great picture. 59 scoreless innings, still a record, and we won.
Picture. I think if you had a great pitcher in baseball,
Yeah.
you're the one who wants to say.
Yeah, I mean you got a good shot,
Yeah.
but they got to stay
Still
healthy.
gotta get hits.
Well, not. But if you look at that, you remember Arizona beat the Yankees that one year?
Yeah.
I was straight pitching.
Well, I mean,
They had two great pitchers.
Pitcher that
Right.
too,
Kershaw.
Kershaw and Randy Johnson. I mean,
Right.
Someone said two pitchers.
pretty much going to the series. So they're gonna pitch.
And you gotta look at it too. The Yankees for the first time. I mean, they had almost a whole, Hall of Fame or at least, candidates.
Hitters.
Yeah, the entire batting lineup, and they were intimidated by Randy Johnson.
Who was it?
6'10".
He's throwing the ball down on you.
And you got heat.
Basketball.
Yeah.
And he was nasty, and he didn't care about hitting you either.
Oh yeah, he would hit a lot of big pitches.
So, Rob, who you have?
Barry.
Mike,
Clemens.
B.
Roger that.
Mike.
Barry.
Alright, so I think I have to get this win to Mike. Mike definitely came with the stats.
Darius.
Oh, sorry. Darius.
He likes skin.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Skin out stats for the truth. They're good. So,
You can talk.
I have to go with that. I have to go with Darius. Darius definitely came with the stats. You definitely put me over the edge of Roger Clemens. It's in my mind, I won the Barry Bonds, but you persuaded me to the Roger Clemens side. So yeah, in the comment section, let us know who you think won. So, question 3. Who would you rather have in your prime? LeBron James or Kobe Bryant? So this is for Mike and it's for B.